So hello guys, this is homework 9, probability and stochastic, and this is question 1. In this question, it requires us to find the expected value and the autocorrelation. So here we go. For the expected value, the expected value of yt. From the question, we know that yt is equal to wt minus wt minus 1. So we can take this function into the definition of expected value. We can list the function like this line. And from the question above, we also know that the expected value of wt is equals to 0. So this function is equal to 0 minus 0. So the consequence is 0. Then we can go on to the autocorrelation. From the definition, we know that the autocorrelation is equal to expected value of yt1 times yt2. So we also take the yt1 into this function, so we can derive this line. And from the questions above, we also know this function r t1 t2 equals to alpha times minimum of t1 and t2. So we can go on to the calculation and derive the function as this line. So autocorrelation is equal to the expected value wt1 times wt2 minus expected value wt1 times wt2 minus 1 minus expected value wt1 minus 1 times wt2 and plus expected value wt1 minus 1 times t2 minus 1. So we go on the calculation. As the definition, the line above is equal to the autocorrelation of this line. And from the condition, we have no the final. We can derive the consequence as the final line, as this line list. Then we can make discussions from 4 perspectives. So for the first one, 1 t2 smaller than t1 and t2 smaller than t1 minus 1. Then the autocorrelation is equal to this one is equal to t2 minus what's that? Oh, t2 minus t2 plus 1 and minus t2 and plus t2 minus 1. So the consequence is through serious calculation, the consequence is equal to 0 as this line. And for the second perspective, we 1 t2 smaller than t1 and but t2 bigger than t1 minus 1. I omit the series of calculation, so and we can finally derive the consequence as this line. It's equal to alpha times 1 minus t1 minus t2. Then from the third perspective, when T1 smaller than T2 and T1 smaller than T2 minus 1, the consequence is equal to 0. And for the fourth perspective, when T1 smaller than T2 and T1 bigger than T2 minus 1, so autocorrelation through a series calculation, the consequence is just like the second perspective, and the consequence is listed as this line, and it's equal to alpha times 1 times T2 minus T1. So this is autocorrelation. And from the consequence we have derived above, we know that the expected value is equal to 0, so it is also a constant, and the autocorrelation is equal to Ry T1 T2 is also equals to Ry Chou. So it is belong to the definition of wide size. What's that called? So whatever. So the yt is equals is belong to the WSS. So that's all.